Hey guys, welcome back to Table Talk. This video will help you understand how arm wrestlers can beat big bodybuilders. How? Arm wrestlers develop extreme tendon, ligament, and hand strength which bodybuilders lack. Bodybuilders focus on muscle mass, not a specific strength. Arm wrestling isn't just about raw strength. Hand control, wrist flexion, pronation, side pressure, back pressure all play a huge role. Bodybuilders don't train these movements, giving arm wrestlers a significant advantage. Years of tendon adaptation make an arm wrestler's arms more resistant to stress, whereas bodybuilders rely mostly on muscle strength, which doesn't always translate to pulling power. A bodybuilder may have strong hands, but an arm wrestler's wrist flexion, finger pressure, and pronation are on another level, making it difficult for a bodybuilder to apply force effectively. Muscle stamina vs. cardio stamina. Before discussing further things, let me make you clear about the endurance factor in arm wrestling. Muscle stamina, or muscular endurance, refers to how long a specific muscle group can sustain repeated contractions under load before fatigue. In arm wrestling, this means how long your arm muscles can maintain pressure and resist force. Imagine two people holding a bucket of water in an extended position like this. A timer is set, and they start at the same time. The first guy drops the bucket around 2 minutes, while the second guy holds it for 4 minutes. The first guy's hand fatigued faster, whereas the second guy endured longer. Second guy has more endurance than the first guy. Cardio stamina, or cardiovascular endurance, is different. It's about how efficiently your heart and lungs supply oxygen to your muscles during prolonged activities like running, cycling, or swimming. It's more about whole body endurance rather than localized muscle endurance. However, muscle stamina and cardio stamina are linked. Cardio improves oxygen delivery and lactic acid clearance, helping muscles work longer. While muscle stamina is localized and cardio is systemic, better cardiovascular health indirectly boosts muscle endurance. Hand strength. A common doubt might arise. Bodybuilders lift heavy in the gym, so their hand also undergoes a high pressure. So why do arm wrestlers dominate in hand strength? The pressure is not same, it's simple. Arm wrestlers isolate wrist flexion exercises, building every ounce of their forearm through curls and holds. The forearm is the powerhouse of arm, tendon and ligament strength. Arm wrestlers develop tougher tendons and ligaments through static holds, isometric contractions, and arm wrestling specific pressure, whereas bodybuilders train mostly for muscle size. Wrist strength and control. Arm wrestlers strengthen pronation, supination, cupping, and rising strength, making their hands harder to move. Bodybuilders train with stable wrists, so their wrist strength doesn't develop the same way. Bone density. Years of arm wrestling pressure increase bone density in the hand, wrist, and forearm, making their hands harder and stronger compared to a bodybuilder who focuses on muscle growth but not bone structure. Neuromuscular adaptation. An arm wrestler's hands are trained to apply maximum force at specific angles, making them efficient and powerful in arm wrestling scenarios. Bodybuilders don't have this level of neural adaptation for grip dominance. Movements are crucial. You need to be familiar with the arm wrestling table, the movements, and transitioning from center to the winning side. Arm wrestlers use bands to mimic table movements, building mind-body coordination. Genetic freaks crushing arm wrestlers. We all know Schoolboy is one of the most famous arm wrestlers in the world. Even people who don't know Levan or Devon know Schoolboy because of his viral contents. 4 years ago, in a Larry Wheels video, Schoolboy dominated everyone. Then a guy named Khaled came out of nowhere. They had a practice match, or rather, an intense battle. Khaled top-rolled Schoolboy and beat him badly. How did this happen despite everything I mentioned earlier? Possible reasons. 1. Genetics. Some people are just born with thicker, denser tendons and bones. Even without training, their connective tissues are naturally stronger, helping them absorb and apply force better. 2. Manual labor strength. People who do heavy manual labor, blacksmiths, mechanics, construction workers, unknowingly develop functional strength that translates better into arm wrestling than gym training. Khaled is a mechanic. They build strength in multiple angles and ranges of motion, just like arm wrestling. Holding heavy objects for long periods builds isometric endurance. crucial in arm wrestling. Wolff's Law states that bones adapt to repeated stress by growing denser. Their slow-twitch muscle fibers make their hands highly resistant to fatigue. 3. Natural leverage in arm structure. Certain genetic traits such as long fingers, thick wrists, shorter forearms, or naturally strong hands give an advantage. A big wrist and thick fingers make it harder for an opponent to control their hand. 4. Fast twitch muscle domination. Some people have a higher percentage of fast twitch muscle fibers, allowing them to generate explosive force instantly. A quick hit can overpower even a skilled arm wrestler. 5. Sheer size and weight. If someone is 6 feet 5 inches and 130 kilograms, their sheer mass and raw power can sometimes override technique. Calisthenics versus arm wrestling. Calisthenic athletes and arm wrestlers share key neuromuscular adaptations, which is why some calisthenics athletes can perform surprisingly well against professional arm wrestlers. Both sports put extreme stress on the wrists, elbows, and shoulders, leading to thicker, stronger tendons. Calisthenics athletes develop insane wrist and elbow durability from years of planche, front levers, and one-arm pull-ups. These movements involve constant wrist flexion and isometric holds, which also play a role in arm wrestling. Holding difficult positions, planche, iron cross, front lever, builds isometric strength, just like arm wrestling, where you must resist an opponent's force. Both sports require the brain to activate muscle fibers efficiently, making calisthenics athletes naturally good at engaging multiple muscle groups together, similar to arm wrestling. Some elite calisthenics athletes unknowingly develop arm wrestling-specific strengths, especially in grip, wrist control, and isometric holding power. If an arm wrestler underestimates a calisthenics athlete, they might be surprised by their wrist stability and ability to hold pressure. However, in the long run, a trained arm wrestler with proper technique and tendon adaptation will always have the edge. That's all for today. I hope you liked the video. Share your thoughts and objections in the comments. Like and subscribe to the channel.